Welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to be doing a stock analysis of Kulr Technology Group. Now, as you can see, recently it hasn't been the best stock to own. As you can see back here in late last year, early this year, as you can see, it absolutely tumbled. As you can see, it absolutely tumbled. Now, the stock price is going to look a lot higher. That is because we did see a reverse split right here, the 23rd of June this year. Of course, we hate to see these reverse splits because this means that, of course, you can't be on the stock exchange unless your stock price is over a certain amount. And a 8-to-1 stock split means if you had 8 stocks or shares, then you would only have one now. That's because they have to heighten the price so they can be on the stock exchange. So this hasn't ever hit 44 bucks, but it looks so you have to divide that by 8. Now, if we take a broad look at the stock, as you can see, if I make each candle a day, as you can see, it has had quite a volatile past. As you can see, overall, it's ups and it's down and up and down. So, of course, it is not that great. Now, something interesting as well is, as you can see down here, we have very little volume right over here. Now, if we zoom in over here, as you can see in the newer time, as you can see, it actually started gaining a lot more traction back in the March of last year. And before that, the volume was very dead. And if you don't know what I mean, the volume, that is these green and red candles here on the bottom. And as you can see, there's basically none at all, which means there wasn't really that much tension and that very little volume. Now, let me make each candle an hour again. Now, recently it has had quite a nice ride. Back here in September, it was down about 4 bucks, and ever since then it rose quite a bit, and then it fell back down to this other support level right here, and then it rose all the way up here to 5.7. So chances are it's gonna hit a bottom again down here if it keeps on going downwards. As you can see, we have seen a bit of a pattern going downwards. If this happens, chances are we're gonna hit this again. If that doesn't happen, who is to say where we're gonna end up? Because chances are then we're gonna go much lower. But if we hit this solid ground here of about 4.9, that is the next support level. Now, as you can see as well, we have been quite above in the RSI recently, as you can see. Now, if you don't know what the RSI is, that is the relative strength index. So if something is up here, that means the stock price is going upwards because there are more buyers than sellers. If it's down here, often means we have a lot of shorters and a lot of sellers in the market, and it's a bit up and down. Now, most of the time it has been down here, as you can see. Of course, sometimes we see some spikes, but overall it has been down here quite a lot, and that's of course because the stock has plummeted. But overall, we did just a short amount of overbought up here for quite a while. Now, if you take a look at the market cap, as you can see, this company is very small. $208 million on the stock exchange is very little. That is also why this stock is a very volatile, meaning you don't need that much money to fluctuate it. So say a lot of retail investors like you and me, for example, want to buy into this stock, it would take surprisingly little to just absolutely skyrocket this. Now, it has surprisingly low beta of 1.36, meaning it is not as volatile as a lot of other shares. Now, as you can see, the earnings, sometimes they beat them, sometimes they miss them. As you can see right here, they beat them by 237%, and right here they missed it by 250%. Now, they don't pay it on dividends, and that is because they don't make any money, as you can see down here. Now, how do they make their money? Well, they make it on contract services, and as you can see right here, this component right here, that is their battery line. They sell battery products for space and also for some other stuff. But something that is very interesting about Kulr Technology is they have focused a lot on Bitcoin, and they own an insane amount of Bitcoin compared to the company. Now, as you can see, the market cap, of course, as I said, is only 208 million, but they have a lot of Bitcoin, so the enterprise value should be quite a lot higher. Now, the cash and value is only about 20 million, and debt is 1.7 million. So it's amazing to see they have so little debt compared to how much Bitcoin they have bought. Now, we also see very few closely held shares, and this is shares that can't be sold. This is often investors or CEOs who can't sell their shares. Now, of course, if that happens, of course, the market is then flooded, and chances are the stock price is gonna fall. Now, the price to sales ratio currently is 14.5, which is a bit high for such a small company that in reality doesn't make any money. Now, as you can see, of course, late last year it was 61, so of course it is lower now, but overall still not that great. Now, something I also don't like is that they're only in the United States. I would like to see them get past the United States, especially because in the European Union we are seeing a lot of space products really take off the shelves. We have some on like Eutelsat and GomSpace. Now, if you look at the seasonals, as you can see right here, since 2018, it has been a coin flip stock. Last year it's up by 1,849%, and some years it is down by 84%. This year alone is down by 79%. So overall, as you can see, it is an insanely risky share to own. If you own this stock, you really need to know what you're doing, and you need to have your risk parameters set quite high. I personally am not going to buy this stock anytime soon unless they can make some proper money, and I want to see them make a lot more money, because for a stock company, I mean, look at this. To be honest, making, what is this, a little over, what is that, a little below $11 million. That is just not enough in my opinion. Now, if you look at the technicals, for the day it's a buy, and for the month it is a sell, of course, and that is because even though it has risen quite nicely, still overall it is downwards. Now, we do have a golden cross here, of course, but I do think it is going to pivot towards this bottom here at 4. That is definitely what I'm thinking is going to happen. Maybe I'm going to do a small swing trade position, but overall, I don't have that much confidence in Kulr technology at this day and age. The analyst rating, however, we only have one, and it is quite different from my opinion. This thinks it should go to 10 bucks. I think that is way too high in my opinion. But of course, who's to say? But I just don't see it gaining a lot of traction right now. Of course, it is a bit hot these days, but overall, I'm not a huge fan of the business model. Now, something interesting, however, is they're estimated to make quite a lot more money in 2027. As you can see, their EPS is estimated to be negative all the way until 2027. And now, if you look at the annual earnings as well, I mean, you look at this, in 2027, they're estimating to make 127 million, and the year before that, they're estimating 90 million, low, bit less. Of course, that is quite interesting. If they can 4 times their earnings from 2026 to 2027, it's going to be very interesting to see. So this is a very high risk and very high reward stock. So should you buy it? Of course, I can't say. But if you want to hold on this stock, I definitely see the pros and cons, but overall, personally, I'm not going to buy this stock. Now, if you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And of course, remember, this isn't financial advice. This is purely for entertainment and educational purposes. But if you want to see more videos like this, please leave the company comments analyze in the comment section below.